Hey up everybody, and welcome to Thursday morning. And what a delightful, gorgeous morning it is here in the UK. Today we've got 10 by 3 minutes sub threshold, all off 60 seconds. So before I get too cold, let's go for a run. Right then, so it's a bit windy today, so I'm going to adjust my paces because of that. Last week I aimed for between 4:05 and 4:10 a kilometre. I'm going to start this off at 4:10 a kilometre, and if it feels a bit hard because of the wind, I'm going to drop it down a little bit slower, but hopefully I won't need to. So there we go, we've got GPS, armband, heart rate connected. Here we go. First one done, and I did that a little bit slower just to see how it feels. Isn't this weather brilliant? That's number 2 done. I dropped the pace a little slower. That's 3 done. I couldn't get my camera turned on then, but I'm pretty much running the same kind of pace as I do for the 6-minute efforts because of the really grim weather. Oh, not easy. Oh, I'm finding this tough today. Running in windy weather, I hate it. I've halted my paces because of it, but I've got to be honest, it's still unpleasant. Oh, there we go. That one, I had a lot of tailwind, so it would have been a bit quicker. That's number 6 done. We're over halfway, and I got a sneaking suspicion that on the first few efforts my gloves knocked the camera skywards. But we'll wait and see. Nothing I can do about it now. Another wind assisted run. And that's number 8 done. Wow. Oh, not easy in this weather, but if it were easy, everybody would do it. Number 9 done, and I think that was the quickest of the lot. This wind seems to be dying down a bit now, looking at that tree. And that's the session done, and it does seem to be brightening up a bit now, this weather. Well, that's the session done, and just as I'm finishing, the weather seems to be improving. I'll put some stats on the screen. I started off really cautious. The book by James Copeland goes in depth about how to adjust your pace for windy conditions, so I dropped it right back to start, and then during the run the wind did ease off a bit. Some of the runs out I had a bit of a tailwind, and some of the runs back I had hardly any wind, so the pace did tend to pick up a little bit throughout the session. But I got it done. I got out there in the horrible weather and banked another session. So before I get on with the cool down, let's just talk about shoes. And today I had my Adidas Primex Strung, and look at the state of them socks. They're my nice monkey socks, and they're going to have a couple of washes to come clean. Absolutely filthed up. But the shoes themselves, I'll just leave them dry and all that will brush off. But time to get my cool down done, and then I've got to get myself cleaned up and ready for work. So until tomorrow, I'll see thee. Hey up everybody, it's Friday morning and it's just stopped raining long enough for me to get my camera out, and we've nearly finished the run. It's been another dreadful rainy morning, but hey, if it were easy everybody would do it. So usual Friday morning, just 60 minutes, nice and easy, low heart rate. Let's have a look. 123, average of 117, and just a minute and a half left to do. So that's it really. Nothing more to say than I think it's another good distance I've done. I'm waiting to see when it finishes now. I'll have a look at the data, because last week on the Friday I did 10.44 kilometers running at this intensity, so I just want to see how close I am to that now, make sure it wasn't a one-off. Oh, there we go, finished. Just stop that there. Right, I'll put some data on the screen. Let's have a look, see what we've done. Finish. Well, I've just had a good look at the data and I'm well pleased with that. 10.33 kilometers, so that's a whole 100 meters different to last week. And considering I'm weighed down with heavy wet clothes, I'll take that. That's good. So it proves that last week wasn't a fluke. The fitness is building, it's starting to improve, and the Norwegian Singles is working. I know that there's plenty of you watching this who are also doing the Norwegian Singles. Let me know how you're getting on. I'm as much as interested in how you're doing as what I'm doing myself, because training is my main interest. The race days just a secondary thing. The training is my fun, that's what I enjoy. So let me know how you're getting on. Let me know if you're finding similar things that I'm finding. We'll have a good chat on Sunday. I'll go in more detail about how I've been finding the NSA. But for now, let's get the shoe talk out the way. Today I wore my Adidas Takumi Sen 8s, and they are proper filthed up in this bad weather. And to be honest, I wore these today because I just really like them. They're lightweight. They haven't got the massive stack midsole of your modern shoes, but I like that. I like the feeling of well, the feeling that you can hardly feel them, if that makes sense. So it's time to get back now, time to get home. I've got to get cleaned up and get to work. So until tomorrow, I'll see thee. Hey up everybody, it's Saturday morning, and that can only mean one thing: it's parkrun day. And today we're at the Groe Parkrun, and I'm going to try something a little different today. So I've done a few parkruns running to intensity or effort and getting really close to 20 minutes time. So I'm going to switch things around today. I'm going to run to pace. I'm going to run to a 20-minute pace and see how close I am to the threshold heart rate I've got of 163 beats a minute. If it does go over, it's no big deal. The next time I do any kind of intensity is Tuesday, and if I did an all-out 5k today, I'd be recovered by next Tuesday. So I'm going to get my warm-up done. I'll see you at the start line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! $358. $401. Thank you, mate. 357. Thank you. Coming through. Thank you. 358. Hi, mate. Well done. Thank you. Well done yourselves. Well done. Coming through. Thank you. Well, that's the cool down done, and it gave time for my camera to get a little bit of charge. I can't believe I've been struck by the Insta360 curse of the battery running out. Only on 20 minutes run time. It's supposed to run for 30 minutes, this camera. But I managed to run sub 20 minutes at Parkrun. Sub threshold. I am absolutely over the moon with that. That's brilliant. That's definite progress. And you're all wondering now, what shoes did he have on to be able to achieve such an amazing thing? And today I had my old faithful original Alpha Fly 1s in the Volt colorway. These have done about 2,200 kilometers and they're still delivering the goods. So that's today done. Super pleased, happy with the progress. Tomorrow's 90 minutes, nice and easy. So until then, I'll see you. Hey up everybody, and welcome to Sunday morning. Today we've got a 90 minutes easy run, and I've come through to Aberystwyth because it's lovely running ground here. Lots of nice things to see, and it's a lot flatter than back home. So let's have some fun. I thought today we'd talk about how I'm getting on with the Norwegian singles. I'll do a brief explanation for those who are new to the channel, and then I'd like to talk about all the good things I'm finding about it, and then if I think there's any negatives, let's cover those. I've just come off the prom because there's that much of the beach been washed onto the front there from the recent storms. It's pretty much unrunnable. So let's get talking about the training, and let's start from the beginning, and this will be another chat where we use a bit of common sense and a bit of science. A few years back it became obvious that thrashing out hard sessions, putting all that really intense hard work into running wasn't the best way to get things done. It was my first introduction to what everybody calls smart running, and that's just where you actually think about your training. It's where you structure your workouts between easy runs, steady runs, threshold runs, and make sure, most importantly, make sure you're getting the recovery. Because if you don't know, exercise isn't what makes you fitter or stronger. That's just the start of it. Exercise is basically what damages your body. The actual improvements, they come when you're recovering, because your body recovers and it adapts. It wants to recover to be in a better place in case it encounters the exercise load again. So the main mistake people do is go out putting all the hard work in and thinking that no pain, no gain is how you're going to get to be a fitter, stronger, faster runner, and they're not allowing the recovery, which is counterproductive. There's nothing wrong with doing hard sessions. Hard sessions work all the energy systems. Hard sessions are a really good workout, but you have to allow the recovery time. And the harsh truth is, if you do a tough, hard session, you could need 3 days recovery time for your body to get over the trauma it's just had and make the adaptations. And if you don't allow time for that recovery, then all you do is exercise on a body that's still damaged, that still hasn't made the improvements, and knocking it back to square one again. And that is a slippery road to overuse injuries. So for a few years I've been doing the smart training, and I've had some good improvements. For somebody my age, I'm, to coin a phrase, above average. I'm doing all right, but that kind of leveled off, that plateaued. And then I started hearing about the Norwegian Singles. So I looked into it, did a lot of research, bought the book by James Copeland, read through the book and thought, you know what, this is my smart training, but just refined to the next level. This is what I've been trying to achieve that somebody's already done for me. So let's talk about any negatives. And I do have one, even though it's probably groundless. Having looked into the Norwegian Singles and read that monster thread, I understand about the LT1 and LT2, but I've dropped from 2, maybe 3 maximum really difficult sessions a week to doing 3 sub-threshold, where the discomfort of running is really reduced. So physically, I know I'm getting the same gains, I'm getting improved recovery, but what I'm not getting is that exposure to that feeling of working really hard, that exposure to the discomfort of a really, really hard effort. And the body adapts over time being exposed to that, your body gets used to it. So even though you might not be physically better, you might not be fitter or stronger, you just might be able to deal with the discomfort of running at that hard intensity. So looking at all the data, all the Let's Run thread, everything you can research, it's really made no difference to people's gains. People my age, people older than me, have leapt forward significantly. I mean hugely, getting the 5k times down to something that an under 20-year-old would be proud of. And they've not been doing these max sessions all the time. They've just been sticking to the singles approach and getting good gains from it. The way that works, because your body has got a much improved aerobic engine, so in other words, it can transport and use oxygen much better, you're able to run at a much higher pace without it feeling any harder. That's the little weird thing. So it makes sense, thinking about it with my logical head on, but it's just something that I've not experienced personally yet. When I see the times going up significantly, like they're supposed to do, then my head will accept how it works, because there's no reason for me to think like this. An easy way to describe it is that me running my 5Ks at my time, I'm only working at the same intensity, the same feelings of difficulty of somebody who's running 10 minutes slower. In fact, you could possibly argue that they're having to work harder because they're having to do it longer. So logically speaking, increasing your aerobic engine should actually make things feel easier. Oh, we're just coming to the end now of this run. Let's have a quick look. Oh, 1 minute 40 left. And this is going to be an interesting edit on this one, because I've waffled on for ages until the battery warning started. So I'll turn the camera off and let's see how much cutting we do, how much editing we get done, and bring this down to something watchable. Because you're not going to want to watch me going around Aberystwyth for 90 minutes, are you know? But we've really been blessed with the weather. No gloves today. Sun's out. A little bit of a breeze, but nothing worth moaning about. And it's just been one of those nice easy runs. Just enjoying it. Bit of fuel practice. I put my watch alerts on for 35 minutes, so I took a gel every 35 minutes, which is what I normally do in races, and that's just maintenance really, just keeping my body used to being able to eat while I'm running. Little slope. We're just coming back round to the marina now. Perfect finish place. Let's have a look here. Look at that sunshine. Well, finished. There we go. Let's stop this. Run done. And what a glorious day. So, before we sign off, let's show you the shoes. You've probably seen them already. I always include a little side view of the running shot, and we've gone for the Adidas Evo SLs with the monkey socks in the old Blockbusters pattern, I call it. Does anybody remember Blockbusters from years ago on telly? Well, that's finished and done. I'm gonna go visit the boy now. He's at university here in Aber. So until tomorrow's 60-minute easy, I'll see you.